place. That looks cool over there. Comment. Just check what's happening here. Ah, there you go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Morning, Matt. I'm still getting the hang of this, so I apologize for any delays or anything like that you might experience today. But I think we're good so far. I think we're good so far. Um, I'm just gonna introduce myself. You guys are still greasing. Cool. Anyway, so I'm David. I am a trader, full-time trader. I've been trading for about 8, 9 years. I've been trading profitably for about 3 to 4 of those years. Yeah, so I just basically, I'm going to show you guys roughly how I get through a trading week, how I get through a trading month over the next couple of weeks, maybe in the next couple of months. I'm going to explain just something about my trading style so there's no confusion because I know, especially nowadays, people trade sessions. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not particularly into trading specific sessions. I am more of a swing trader. So I just basically, yeah, if you know what swing trading is, that's basically how I trade. I do not have a crazy risk to reward rate on my trades. I'm usually risking 1% to make 1% or 1% to make 1.5% at max. What else? Let's see here. Yeah, that's roughly just in a nutshell how I trade. So what I want to actually just go through today, let me just do this. What I'd like to go through today is 3 of the trades that I'm currently involved in right now. Okay, so I am in pound CAD, Euro AUD, and USD JPY. These are trades that I entered on Monday, and I've been holding them ever since. I think pound CAD I entered it yesterday. Sorry, I entered it yesterday after the CAD news came out. Let me see, that was yesterday. Yeah. So after the CAD news came out, that kind of gave me my ideal entry, and so I entered the market. This is just an old trade that I traded some time ago. As you can see, very big trade, 434 pips, and I made 1.25% on it. Let me just remove that. Okay, I did not actually know why this got removed. Let me just place it. So my entry was 1.7142. My stop loss is 73. And my TP is 69.47. Okay. So this is the trade that I entered yesterday. I'm currently in drawdown. I got into a little bit of profit, but now I am currently in drawdown. That's where my stop is. So I'm just gonna try to just share what I was seeing, why I actually think that it's gonna go down. My trading strategy isn't sorry. My trading strategy isn't anything particularly difficult or anything like that. It's not. I don't think it's even special in any kind of way. I don't use. There's no magical thing that I know that nobody else knows. Pretty much what I use to trade, you could learn from baby tips. You could learn from a very basic uh, course on trading. The only difference is that because I've been trading for so long, I've kind of understood that, when we see certain things on the charts, we're kind of being induced into thinking a particular way or induced into making a particular trade, right? So we're kind of like the market's constantly trying to trick us, right? Because if it wasn't, then we'd all be profitable, we'd all be rich, etc., etc., etc. And that's not the case. So the market is constantly trying to trick us. Now, this market has been bullish for pretty much this entire year. It reached its lows in December and it's been rallying ever since. Now, looking at this, there has not been any real indication that it's going to go short, right? Because as we're trained, as we're taught, after a break of structure to the downside, then we come and we trade the rejection. After support has now become resistance, as soon as we get back to resistance, we start resistance. That's basically what we're taught. What I've found is that by the time you actually wait for that move to happen, um, so much of the trade has already gone down. So much of the trade has already happened, and you're basically catching or trying to catch the tail end of this move, right? So what I try to do is I try to be early, and we're actually warned against doing that because it's the same as like they say don't catch a falling knife and don't try to predict the top of the market. A rule that people repeat over and over and over again, but that's something that I do, something I constantly do. I try pick tops all the time because I imagine like where in the market have people been trapped, and I try to like estimate. Okay, if people have been trapped here, then it means that they're just not going to be let out, right? Now, obviously, I'm wrong sometimes, but because my risk to reward rate is so low, the benefit of it is that I'm right very often. I'm right very often. So right now, I think my accuracy is about 84%. Over the last 12 months, I've had an 84% accuracy on my trades. So I'm right very often. But obviously, the chance to be wrong is never eliminated. But anyway, back to this trade here. The reason why I was seeing that, okay, this is actually going to fall because the market was beginning to slow down. As you see, the price was no longer as vertical as it was, beginning to slow down. Hence the big stop over here. The big stop is because I felt that this move is very likely. This move here, the kind of whoever has gone short already. So whoever kind of went short, let me just open this. Whoever went short in here, basically, they have to be stopped out first before the market needs to fall. It's very cynical, but it's what I believe. I believe that whoever went short here, whoever basically got the market direction correct, has to be stopped out first before the market moves in the original direction or in the direction that you kind of analyze that it's going to move. So this is that move. Either that or I'm wrong. Either that or I'm just completely wrong. But I feel like this is the move where whoever has gone short, their stops are here, their stops are a bit higher, you know. Now the interesting thing is that after people have been stopped, you're gonna find that that's when the market's going to now move in the correct direction. And this is why a lot of times when people get their stop loss hits, it's like within a pip, within 5 pips, within 10 pips, the stop gets hit, and
Hey, David. Thought I'd just jump in here quickly and
oh,
welcome you
hi,
to the
hi,
show. Sorry,
how are
sorry,
you
it
doing?
took me a while to get here. Yeah, good, good, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, I hope everyone's behaving and giving you some good feedback here in the chat as well. So yeah, look, thank you for coming on. Great to see you managed to set it all up. I mean, I was on a call. We've got a great interview coming up. Just finished that. So I'm not going to stick around for too long, but yeah, thank you for jumping on board. Hope you go well with
Okay.
the Blue Guardian challenge, and we'll see you probably in one of the updates very shortly.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Okay, mate. See ya.
All right. Cheers. Okay. So where was I? Yes. So as you know, usually what happens is we get our stop loss gets hit within 5, 10, 15 pips, 20 pips, and the market moves in a direction that we originally expected it to move. Now, the interesting thing is that it hits our stop loss, and between us being in drawdown and our stop loss getting hit, sorry, for some reason we become convinced that we're wrong, right? Especially when our stop loss gets hit, right? You never just think that, okay, no, maybe I just played my stop loss in the wrong place or whatever. You just immediately think that you're wrong. And if you're, a trader that, hasn't controlled their emotions, you're probably going to revenge trade. And that means that you're going to flip your original idea. Okay, I was short, my stop loss got hit, or okay, no, I see actually what it's actually trying to do now. Okay, it means it's a long. And right when you go long is when the market then falls and it hits your stop loss for the second time, right? And then you start thinking, man, I was right with my original analysis, this. So this has happened to me enough times to know that, there's a high likelihood that it's going to continue happening. I've been seeing it happening for years and years and years. So it doesn't surprise me at this point. Okay. So yeah, I think that there's going to be this bullish run as we're seeing it right now to kind of hit all the stops that have accumulated over here. And then we're going to see price fall all the way down. Okay. Because obviously the market just can't keep going up forever. Eventually it has to reverse. But when I see this slow down in price is when I think, okay, it's about to happen. But first, it needs to get rid of everybody that went short already. That's my idea. That's my thinking. I could be wrong, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see over the course of this month, maybe even subsequent months. So I'm into this, and I'm risking a percent to make 1.14% on this particular trade. Now, your AUD. This trade on my, so I trade like prop firm accounts now. I don't really trade my personal accounts at all. I think prop firms are kind of presenting one of the greatest opportunities that I've ever seen, honestly. So I've kind of focused all of my attention on prop firm trading. Now, this particular trade, since I only got my Blue Guardian credentials on Monday, as you can see, this entry, this was like, I think last week, Wednesday, right? So I got my credentials for Blue Guardian on Monday, which means I only took this trade somewhere around here, right? So this is the original trade idea, but I got into my Blue Guardian trades around here. So I should be like holding on to a percent right now in profit. Yeah. So somewhere around here. So let me just double check the exact price that I'm at. 6534 is where I entered on my Blue Guardian account. On my other prop firm account, I did end up here, but I didn't enter over here. But on my Blue Guardian one, I entered 64 there. So right now, I am holding on to about $100 in profit. That's not important. Here, this is simply, you know, fall back. If I explain the Blue Guardian trade, let me start off by explaining the Blue Guardian trade. I still believe in this trade because obviously I've got this huge level over here. Now this, I want to call it a weekly level or a monthly level. It's just a support level. It's really just a support level. Like I said, our strategy is very simple. I don't overthink things. So I imagined that it was going to kind of bounce off of this. And when I had entered, we were kind of using this as support. So it's still good, I guess, on my Blue Guardian account. I'd love to see this actually move higher. Today we've got Euro news. Yeah, at 3 o'clock. So I'm in South Africa. So I don't know what time this is going to be where you guys are, but for me, this is going to be at 3 p.m. Right around the time that New York opens, is when this Euro news is going to come out. This high impact news is going to come out. I don't know what it's going to do. It could just fall and hit my stop, or it could just rally and take out my TP. It remains to be seen. Um, Here, when I initially got into this trade, I think we're somewhere over here because I use pending orders. I don't insert markets ever unless it's a trade that's already active and I've got a new funding account that I just bought or something, and then I'll just insert markets in. But I never enter at market after doing my analysis. I send pending orders. I set up pending orders, buy stop or sell limits or buy limits. Those are the pending orders that I use. I'm just trying to remember exactly what I was seeing to make me think that we're going to take out these lines here. It was about there, it was about there, here, and then you have a yeah. Okay, so um, simple lesson that you would pick up in baby tips, consolidation zones. Now, depending on what time frame you're looking at, you'll find consolidation zones everywhere. You're gonna find them everywhere. You're gonna find them on every time frame. And if you actually look deep enough, you'll find these kind of boxes pretty much everywhere. Now, the reason why I have these lines is because I trade from key level to key level. However, I do not like to place my stop loss at a key level, and I don't like to place my CP at a key level. Okay, because obviously it's a key level, right? It's going to push the market away from it, right? It's going to push the market away from it. Hence, you can see here, just before we reached this key level, we rejected and we fell down. Reached another key level, and now we're bouncing from it, we're moving up. So I like to just put my TPs in like no man's land, just in the middle of nowhere. As long as I can get my 1-to-1 though, as long as I can get my 1-to-1, I never trade and don't, aim for at least at minimum a 1-to-1. Okay. So like I was saying, depending on what time frame you're looking at, you're going to always find these consolidation boxes. Once the consolidation box has been broken, you can expect it to reach the next one. So here's one here. It breaks above it, comes back to test it, comes back up, fetches this one. Now we have one over here to our left. We've broken, come back to test it, and the expectation is that we're going to go up, right? Very simple. I don't complicate things. Like I said, because I have a 1-to-1, I have a very accurate strategy. I am accurate a lot of the time, 84% of the time. So that is Euro AUD that I'm currently in. It's in a little bit of profit right now. The next trade is this one, UJ. It too is in profit right now. Let's go to the daily time frame. There you go. I'm just expecting us to reach the highs again. I also never want to be in a position where my trade is now going to be making the new high. Like I never want to aim here. Okay. So you see with all my trades, like, I'm usually aiming for the previous highs of a particular level. Moving back to UJ, this is another trade that I'm in. I did not take this one here. I was kind of like not sure as to where it was going to go. But here we are. We took the buy and we've been ranging ever since. I will say this, ever since the beginning of this year, I don't know. Market hasn't been too kind. It hasn't been too kind. December last year was like my best month of the entire year. Hands down, I had a dream trading last year, December. Um, but for some reason, Jan has been really tough. Jan has definitely been really tough. And because I trade with one to one, I guess the only drawdown to doing that is you can find yourself break even a lot. Because if you just take one win and you take one loss, you'll break even, you know. So it's important that you're accurate. It's important that you, out of 10 trades, you're getting six, seven, eight of them right, so that you're constantly moving forward. This month, however, it's been like last week. I think I took a trade. I took, yeah, I made 2%. Now I lost, I think 1.5%. So it's been kind of like back and forth, and nothing really significant has happened. To be honest with you, this year so far, nothing really significant in the market has happened. I don't know how you guys feel about it. How do you use volume in your analysis? I don't use volume. I don't. I mean, when you say volume, I'm assuming like you mean the histogram that would be at the bottom here. As you can see, I don't even have it on my chart. So I don't use volume whatsoever. At least that's how I understand your question. Or are you asking like in terms of position size? But if you're asking about volume as the way I understand it, I don't use any histograms. I don't use any, what do they call them, indicators. I don't use any indicators whatsoever. I'm not knocking them. I just don't. I just read the price chart as it is. I'm not greedy as well. I think, when you're looking for 3-to-1s and 2-to-1s and 4-to-1s, what happens, and this is just like mathematics, when you have a higher risk to reward rate, your accuracy diminishes, whether you like it or not. You are not going to have 70, 80% accuracy looking for 2-to-1s, 3-to-1s, 4-to-1s, 5-to-1s. It's just physically impossible. So it's something that you have to kind of like decide on whether um, having a high accuracy is more important to you, or whether having a good risk to reward rate is more important to you. For me, what I found that if I had a higher risk to reward rate, what would happen is, like I said, my accuracy would go down, but that would affect me psychologically because I don't like losses. Like I'm one of the people that when I experience a loss, it really ruins my mood. So if I have like a high risk to reward rate and I have a low accuracy, it's very easy for me to get losses consecutively. Very easy. Very easy for you to get three losses in a row or whatever. And I'm not trying to do that, or four losses or five losses. I'm not trying to do that. There's this tool that I used some time ago. It's called a Monte Carlo calculator. Sorry. And what I love about it is that with the Monte Carlo calculator, you're able to calculate the probability of probability, right? The probability of probability. So I'll use like a coin, for instance. If you flip a coin, half of the time it's supposed to land on heads, half of the time it's supposed to land on tails. However, if you actually physically take a coin right now and you flip it, it could very well land on heads 10 times before it lands on tails. So what a Monte Carlo calculator tries to find out is that using your accuracy, let's say you're 50% accurate or 55% accurate or 60% accurate, what are the chances of you experiencing consecutive losses? So what I found is that if you've got an accuracy level or accuracy that's lower than 65%, you can easily find yourself taking six losses in a row, or 7 or even 8 losses in a row. I don't want to do that because, like I said, like I predominantly trade profit on accounts now, so I can't even afford to do that because also all of my trades I'm risking a percent, right? While I'm in challenge phase, I risk a percent on each trade, and then when I move to funded, I half that to half a percent. So yeah, for volume profile, just curious, what's your foundation of your strategy? Let me do that. What is the foundation of your strategy? Um, Support and resistance, I would say, is the foundation. Support and resistance. Very simple stuff. Very, very, very simple stuff. I trade key level to key level. I don't use fair value gaps or SMCs or ICTs or anything like that. I don't know anything about it. I can't even speak negatively about it because I know nothing about it. But I just trade simple support and resistance. And I could have a much more attractive looking trade. I could do something like this, for instance. I could just do something like that. Cool. I'll get some trades right and I'll get way more wrong. Okay. Hopefully I would come out on top, but I don't. I prefer the whole one-to-one thing because of the fact that I like my ego is just not going to handle it. My emotions won't handle it. If I get like a couple losses in a row, I'm going to think something's wrong with the strategy. I'm going to obsess over it. I'm going to reanalyze, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I am more than happy and more than comfortable with my one-to-one. And because I'm doing one-to-one, strangely enough, I'm right very often. I don't know. Do you guys trade full time as well, or are you doing this like on your lunch break or something? Let me see. So right now on my Blue Guardian funded account, I am holding on to 3 trades as I've just explained, and one of those trades is in profit and 2 of them are in loss. Total, I'm holding on to I think less than half a percent in drawdown right now. I'm in less than half a percent in drawdown. 30 days from today, I'm probably going to do like an update on this account. So I think I'm just gonna hold off until then. But it has also just been 4 days, so and I expect to pass this in like maybe I don't know 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, hopefully, hopefully, God willing. So yeah, it is roughly, yeah. So I'm currently just in less than, I think 0. I'll say it's like 0.35% in drawdown right now. Looking as volume and the price from next month. Sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds good. How are you doing on the Blue Guardian accounts right now? Like, when did you start? And um, are you in drawdown right now? Are you in profit? Are you in phase one? Are you in phase two? If you trade, will it affect the boundary of your portfolio? Whew. I don't understand the question. If you trade, will it affect the boundary of your portfolio? Please explain what you mean by that. There's, what, back to profit, phase one, almost 1% gain. Cool, cool. I'm actually in my worst drawdown right now, but not on the Blue Guardian account. I I think I'm down one. Let me see. It's not with Blue Guardian, so I won't even mention the name of the company, but I am currently down like 1.7% on that account. This is my worst drawdown, and it sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it completely sucks. But yeah, that's as bad as I want it to be, as bad as I'm willing for it to be. It's, yeah, as I'm saying, Jan has just been super tough, super tough for me. It has not been nice. Has not been nice at all. Um, this question. I've seen a trade affect the analysis of market value. What time frame do you use to market key levels, that is support and resistance? Daily, daily. I used to do weekly, but I just think now, you know, daily sufficient. Daily sufficient. And how I do it, I'm on a daily constant now. Yeah. So I just look for levels where you see these wicks, stuff like this. Wicks. Yeah, perfect. Use this one. This one. Right. And then I use like you see these right here. I'll kind of use this to kind of mark off my 4 hourly support and resistance levels. But they're constantly changing as far as the 4 hourly ones are concerned. But the dailies they stay like this. And I do these like maybe twice a year, to be honest. The funny thing is that you'll find that it's actually like, no matter how far back you look, you'll see reactions. You know, NAS is a very interesting thing. What do we call it? Index. Is NAS an index? An indice? I don't know. That thing. I never could get the hang of it. Like I know now NAS like German 30, US 30, SPX. Those are like very popular, I think they're called indexes these days. For me, I never really managed to get the hang of it because I never liked the fact that you're either going to be making a lot of money or losing a lot of money very quickly. But to the people that actually know how to use it, hey, you know, awesome. What in your opinion is more important? Is volume analysis more important than your timeline when assessing the trade rule? This is very confusing questions. Like I don't understand what you mean when you say is volume analysis more important than your timeline? Which timeline? So do you mean time frame when assessing the trade rule? Which trade rule? Guys, can you help clarify this question? Because I'm a bit confused. I'm a bit confused. When assessing the trade rule, which trade rule? Please, if you guys can understand this question, maybe I'm reading it wrong or something. But yeah, if you could just help with this question. Show my support and resistance. I show my support and resistance when I see three bullish or bearish candles in a row on the 1 hour time frame. I go to the open of the candles, the lowest of the highest previous wick. Okay. As long as wicks are in there, like you can't go wrong. I find that like the bodies of the candles are like, there's not much information that you're getting from it. But the wicks, like you can learn a lot about what's happening from what's happening with the wicks. I love trading gold. I love trading gold. I have so much fun with gold, man. Let me see. I wonder if it's still on the chart. There. Oh, this is a beautiful trade. But I don't trade it often, as you can see. I haven't traded it since here. This is just like top tier stuff right here. Just beautiful, just beautiful, just beautiful. This is like 13th of December. Mind you, this was a pending, right? This was a pending. Faced it, and I think I was asleep. To be honest with you, I'm not really sure, but yeah, this was a beautiful trade. So I love trading gold. Do you guys know of a position size calculator that has NAS? So that's like also one of the main reasons that I just curve NAS. because I don't know how to calculate the position size. So if you guys know of a position size calculator that has NAS, please, if I'm a new investor and looking to get into trade rule, yeah, bro. I don't think we're even talking the same language. Like, I really don't even think we're talking the same language. Like, I'm trying my best to kind of understand what you're saying, but this just, I don't know, man. Am I talking to a bot right now? Like, I feel like I'm talking to a bot. I'm looking to get into the trade rule. Nah, yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah, this is good advice right here. Like, whoever got you into Forex, whoever like sent you that link, hey bro, this is Forex. Yeah, he's probably the guy who can help you with, whatever trade rule um you're referring to. Because I honestly don't know. Should I be aggressive when trading in gold futures? You should never be aggressive. Don't ever be aggressive. You should be aggressively conservative. That's what you need to do. You can go to the casino as well. I've been told NAS fluctuates too often. It should be considered a last resort. Your feelings on this? NAS NAS is an index. I'm just gonna say, if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, right? It's a basket of various companies, okay, that trade on the NASDAQ. Now, the thing about publicly listed companies is that they're all trying to improve their share price. So NAS is designed to go up, okay? It's designed to go up. In fact, you'd make a lot of money by just buying NAS forever. You'd make a lot of money, you know? In fact, I was making this argument like 2 years ago that, like, if anything, I would just buy NAS. I would just buy NAS. Let me kind of give you guys an illustration of what I'm talking about. What is NAS called anyway? Stuff. US 100. Babe, my battery's low, and I'm not yet done. Let me see here. All right. So cool. You want to trade NAS. But let's just see what would have happened if you just bought NAS in the beginning of 2023. Like, if you just bought it for no reason other than the fact that, like I said, NAS is a basket of companies that are trading on the NASDAQ, and each one of these companies, that's all they talk about in their boardrooms is how do they improve their share price, right? So it's designed to do this. What it's doing here, is that's what it's designed to do. So my argument that I was making a couple years ago was that, like, guys, if you want to participate in NAS, and I'm not knocking anybody, because I mean, there are people that are very, like, they're trash at trading currencies. They're trash at trading pretty much anything else, but they're excellent at trading NAS. Like, they just understand it. For me, just like rationally speaking, I just can't get over the fact that NAS is designed to go up. So if I want to participate in any capacity with NAS, I'm just going to be buying. I'm just going to keep buying. Right? Look at that. Like it's just designed to go up. It's just designed to go up. But to each his own. No, I can't find it, but it's like 10 times the position on Forex. Yeah, I suspected. I suspected. The same with US 30. The same with US 30. I really wish, because I know a lot of people have moved over to Ethan, and I don't know, maybe they're experiencing success with it. For me, I just found currencies to be um maybe not even more profitable, but just more forgiving. I think that's why I prefer currencies. So you're thinking what sum would be a good starting investment in that, and what the federal pre-limit affecting if I acquire score lower than the national average? Um, okay. Depending on which country you stay in, how you go about investing in that would be completely different. How I do it in South Africa is pretty straightforward, but how you would do it wherever you stay, let's say you stay in the States, it's going to be probably different, right? Especially because it's the USA and everything is just a million times more complicated in America. For us here, it's very simple, very straightforward. Um, it's probably more complicated to buy something off Amazon, to be honest with you. It's very simple. The federal pre-limit. You'd have to, honestly, this is what I'm answering right now. You'd have to like literally inquire, I guess, with your whoever you're going to be getting this service from. Um, America, I know they used to use, was it Robinhood? Robinhood, and what's the other one? I forgot. But yeah, they're probably the best people to kind of, give you an answer for this. For me, it's very straightforward. I use easy equities. And all of these companies that I use do not allow Americans. So if you're American and you want to, don't. I use easy equities. Um, I mean, you can even use your Forex broker, honestly, you know. But then obviously, I think maybe like the fees would probably eat in to what you're making. But whatever tool or app that you use in your country to invest would ideally be um, the tool that you would need to use to buy some NAS. And a good starting investment, I have no idea what that would be for you. Like at the end of the day, guys, this is risky. These are risky investments. So I think each person has to kind of figure out what their pain threshold is. Each person needs to figure out like what they can or cannot do financially, and then start from there. Do you ever stayed into your trades? No, I never scale in. I considered scaling out, um, but when I did my back testing, it just seemed like I was leaving money on the table. If that makes sense. It just always seemed like I was just leaving money on the table. So I know like if if you're really dead set on like securing your profits and you don't want the loser to turn into, or you don't want the winner to turn into a loser, then I mean, I can't say anything against it. However, for me, yeah, for my back testing, like it pays me to just kind of like, okay, this is my stop loss, this is my TP, this is my entry, and hold it until I hit either one. You're kind of dancing around the issue. Like I said, in the most respectful tone, it depends on which country you live in. Okay? It depends on what country you live in. All right? I cannot explain to you how you would go about doing it if I'm not from the same country as you. Okay? I am not in the US, so I cannot provide you with any assistance on how you, an American, can go about investing. Okay? In fact, if any advice, I would say find another American. Goodness. This kind of sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not enjoying this January. I'm not enjoying it at all. I am not. And like, I don't mind losses. What I mind is like when the market doesn't move. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that. Like, when nothing happens in the market, it just frustrates me. It just frustrates me. Like, if I'm gonna hit stop loss. Don't just, you know, don't just go back and forth. How long have I been streaming? 54 minutes. Guys, I'm gonna be wrapping up soon, eh? I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. Yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. I'm gonna be wrapping up soon. So if there's any other questions, I think the next time I'm gonna speak to you guys is gonna be on Tuesday morning. Okay. Hopefully by then these trades would have done something. I've identified I think 4 or 5 opportunities for next week. 4 or 5 opportunities for next week, and these aren't even the ones that I've mentioned to you today. So next week should be interesting. Hopefully, these NFPs next week Friday. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I agree with you, Sasquatch. I agree with you. It is. It is. It is. I don't remember who said they trade full time. if you don't mind, man, you just like give me a quick like accounting of what your day is like. Like the guy who said he trades full time, like the older lady that said they trade full time. If you could just give me a quick accounting of like you wake up, the gym, food, or do you drop off the kids at school? Do you like? Because I'm noticing that like what I'm trying to do is actually just keep myself busy because of this. Like, like I actually want to do the gym now because last year, I mean, even not even just last year, but like yeah, pretty much the whole year, from trading idea to I guess the conclusion of the trading idea, it was like a few hours, maybe a day or two max. But since the beginning of this year, it's just kind of like, is GJ correlated to UJ? Does anybody know that? I mean, we had earlier this week. What did we have? We had JPY, right? There, monetary policy statement for Japanese yen. I was expecting fireworks, but we got nothing. So it's like very frustrating. I'm not gonna lie, very frustrating. But it is what it is. In the words of Sasquatch, patience and discipline. Patience and discipline. That's GJ. This is EJ. Well, there's correlation there. There's correlation there. I'm more interested in what you think. Because I'm long UJ, and it seems like uh, GJ and UJ are correlated. So I don't know. What do you think? Are you short on it or are you long? Do you have an Xbox or PlayStation? Like therapy for me, honestly. Because when you get like when you're holding on to a trade and it doesn't really do anything, you become anxious. You start to like second guess yourself. You start to like question, like you know, you start to question if what you saw is legit or not. All right, guys, it's been real. It has been real. Just to summarize, I'm in 3 trades. I'm in profit with one of them, 2 of them. far as my Blue Guardian account is concerned. I'm in profit with 2 of the trades. I'm in drawdown with 1. Pound CAD, USD, JPY, and Euro AUD. I'm long on UJ. I'm long on Euro AUD. I'm short on Pound CAD. We're going to link up again on Tuesday. Okay? And hopefully I have some good news. If I hit, I think, yeah, so I'm risking 1% on UJ and my reward is 3%. I'm risking 1% on Euro AUD. My reward is 2%. I'm risking 1% on Pound CAD and my reward is 1.2%. So if they all go my way, I'll make 6.5%. If they don't, I'll lose a couple percent. Who knows? But yeah, it's been real. Thank you for the questions. I look forward to our next meeting on Tuesday. Trade safely and pray for Redneck. Please, guys, pray.